Yars Revenge remains one of the greatest, most beloved Atari 2600 games ever created. Released in 1981, it's simply amazing. While it's a popular game, it's still underrated because it deserves numerous sequels and should be one of the more popular game franchises today. But at least we get this reworked, re-envisioned version of Yars Revenge that has nothing at all to do with Yars Revenge. This has more in common with Space Harrier than Yars Revenge. Remember the Yars were insects? And they were like really cool and had Zorlon cannon? Well, in this game, Yar is some chick with body armor. Normally that would be really cool, right? Like you got a bunch of insects and flies around the house and they all turn into beautiful women in spacesuits and you're like, yeah, rock! But this is Yars Revenge. The Yars should be space insects that shoot laser beams while blasting away at a shield, dodging a giant cursor which you can hide from in the neutral zone. That's the Yars Revenge style of gameplay. This is a lot more like Space Harrier, which is not a bad thing, but it's very far removed from Yars Revenge. Unlike Space Harrier, you have control of Yar, who's the purple girl on screen, shooting everything, and the targeting system. So with the left analog stick, you would be flying around, and the right analog stick aims. Or if you're playing with the keyboard and mouse, WASD controls with mouse aiming. And note that by chaining kills together quickly, I can keep my multiplier higher, which gives me a bigger score. This game is actually quite challenging, and there's a lot of nice gameplay. However, I would avoid the PC version like the plague. If you're interested and like the look of the game, get this for Xbox 360, it's a downloadable title. The PC version, well, as you can see, I couldn't figure out on two different computers how to fill the screen. There's very few options for customizing anything, and I didn't care for the keyboard or mouse control for this game. I thought it played a lot better with a dual analog stick gamepad. And also, after a while, it just forgot that I was using a mouse or a gamepad. If I was doing something wrong, the game didn't make it easy for me to fix, put it that way. I've heard the 360 version is pretty good, and I genuinely enjoy the gameplay in this remake of Yars Revenge. It's tricky. I think that the recording we're watching here is the one where I'm using a mouse because the cursor's all over the place. I was a lot better with the dual analog thumbstick, my Logitech one. But as you can see, there's a variety of different weapons. You have standard shot, like a hyper super laser thing, and then you can pick up special weapons and missiles. And racking up big points is challenging because you are doing two things at once. And the game can be pretty difficult, especially if you're trying to keep that multiplier up all the way, while also dodging enemies and staying alive. So the game has a lot of things going for it. I'm not sure why they called it Yars Revenge, I guess to tie it in with a game that people have heard of and like, but it doesn't have anything to do with Yars Revenge. That's like saying, hey, have a ham sandwich, because I know you love ham sandwiches, and then replacing the ham with a live squirrel. Ah, what is this? It's strangely intriguing, but it's not the ham sandwich that I ordered, and why is it running away from me? That's Yars Revenge, the squirrel that got away, covered in cheese and lettuce.